gig workers. Talent mobility will become essential to stay agile and meet evolving demands. Enabling employees to move across roles, departments, and geographies will foster skill development and ensure that the right expertise is available where it's needed most. So, how will careers be different? Well, the rise of digital-first work will expand across to roles that were previously limited by location. Graduates will be able to explore international opportunities without relocating, collaborate across time zones, and take on projects that align with their expertise and interests. As new industries and specialisms emerge, entirely new forms of work will develop, creating fresh pathways for those looking to shape their own careers beyond conventional roles. With career landscapes becoming more fluid, career security will be less about tenure within a single organization and more about maintaining a strong, adaptable skill set that aligns with changing markets and workplaces. Now, let me turn to Dr. Zubaida and Shalini now, and Shivangi now. I mean, let's start off with Dr. Zubaida. I mean, why is it important for education institutions to keep up to date with these changes and the expectations of employers? Dr. Zubaida.
Okay, all right. Why must universities follow what employers want, right? It's
Yeah.
not about chasing trends, it's about making sure our students can get jobs and do well in their careers. First, students must have real skills. Uh, Employers always complain that students, they graduates, they know theory but can't solve real problems. If we don't teach what industries need, our students will struggle to find work, even if they have good grades. So competitions are more global now, not so much local. Our students don't just compete with their peers locally, but they have to compete globally also. So if we don't prepare them for the global standards, they'll lose out. Um, the, the, s- the next one is there's just too many graduates and too few jobs. Imagine two students, same degrees, who will get hired? Of course, the one who can communicate well, adapt fast, and work in teams. Paper qualifications alone are not enough anymore. So technology also changes too fast. Students, what they are learning now in year one, may be outdated by year four. If we don't update our courses, we are sending them into the job markets with old knowledge. So the institutions that ignore this will send our graduates into the job market with tools of yesterday's problems. So I think also that our employers are our quality checks. Companies know what skills are needed now. If we listen to them, we can adjust our methods, our teaching before our students graduate. Well, there'll be no more lagging behind. So employers aren't just recruiters; they are our co-architects. We co-create education together. So I think that's my thought. If the universities don't change, our students will suffer. But if we listen to employers and update our methods, we can make our graduates don't just survive, they will also thrive. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for that. I mean, yeah, co-creating education
Mm-hmm.
together. I like that. Thank you.
Yeah.
Shivangi, would you like to add something to that?
Sure. I think firstly, I definitely agree with everything Dr. Zubaida has said, and I really like the term co-architect. I think it's also interesting that there's a lot of cross-fertilization that on one hand, higher education institutions are supplying kind of the workforce of the future, and then that workforce is, in industry creating tools that are changing trends in education. So for instance, and very often industry kind of creates new tools, new technology that have a huge impact in education. And when I started my career in education, interactive whiteboards were the in thing. And now we're kind of in the world of, online delivery, and we're in the world of kind of learner management management systems, and I was hearing someone say yesterday that learner management systems are going out of fashion, and now it's learner experience and so on and so forth. And now we're in the age of AI, and I think all education institutions, and especially at university level, they're grappling with how to use and not to use these tools, especially tools that are as transformative and impactful as AI, and in their curriculum. So I think both in terms of the content of the curriculum and the skills that we're trying to develop, but also how we are delivering it, all of that, is really impacted by, this skills ecosystem, if you like. And the other perspective that, I would like to bring is just looking at just our experience from around the world. Obviously we worked with Dr. Zubaida and IIUM in Malaysia, but we work with governments and universities around the world. And skills for employability are really the topic of the hour. I mean, I can't think of a place where there isn't there aren't initiatives or investments or kind of people scoping out or exploring what can one do to kind of for skills for employability, um, and to really kind of equip our graduates uh, uh, to be able to be the kind of workforce that the industry needs. So I think it's really interesting for me to see how this ecosystem is evolving around the world, and definitely I'm sure we'll kind of come to it in the later questions, but just given how global the nature of work, in